Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we discuss about the principle and the practices of management part 2. First of all, we discuss about neoclassical approach to the management, human resource or human relations schools of management. Human relations theory, a school of organizational thought which focuses on workers' satisfactions, informal workplace organizations, and a means of influencing employee productivity. Unlike scientism, human relations theory does not view workers as essentially interchangeable part. The human relations theory is found by the ELTON Mayo. So the features, since management is getting things done through and with people, a manager must have a basic understanding of human behavior in all respects, particularly in the context of work, group, and organizations also. The manager must study the interpersonal relations among the people at work, and larger productions and higher motivations can be achieved only through good human relations. The study of management must draw the concepts and principles of various behavioral sciences like psychology and sociology also. The main experiments that are done by the ELTON Mayo is given right now. I am discussing about this. First of all, illumination experiment, relay assembly test room, bank wearing observations room experiment, mass interview technique. The 4 points and modern approach to the management. Now we discuss about this system theory of management. The system approach to management theory, commonly viewed as the foundation of organizational development, views the organizations as an open system made up of interrelated and interdependent parts that interact as subsystems also. Thus, the organization comprises a unified singular system made up of these subsystems. Now, subsystems, each organization is a system made up of combination of many subsystems. These subsystems are interrelated. And now, holism, each subsystem works together to make up a single whole system. And decisions made in any subsystem affect the entire systems. Synergy, the collective output of the whole system, is greater than the sum of output of its subsystems. And closed and open systems, the whole organization is an open system made up of combination of open and closed subsystems. System boundaries, thus organization is separate from the external environment made up of other systems. Now, contingency theory of management. A contingency theory is an organizational theory which gives more importance to the situations that an organization is faced. Features of contingency theory. Management is situational in nature. The technique of management depends on complexity of the situation. It is the if and then approach to management. If represents the independent variable and then represents the dependent management variable or the technique to be adopted in that situation. If workers have strong physiological needs, then financial motivators should be adopted, and if they have strong higher order needs, then non-financial motivators should be adopted. Management principles are not universal in nature, as there are no best style of management. Management is situational, and managerial actions depend upon the environmental circumstances also. It provides insight into organizations' adaptability to both internal and external environment. It is a matter of fitting the internal environment to its external environment. Now, planning. Planning is the important function of management. It is a continuous process. It involves the determination of future course of actions and laying down the sequences of activities to accomplish the objectives. It is the preparation of blueprint. According to Cohn's or Daniel, planning is an intellectual process. The conscious determinations of the course of action and taking of decisions on the purpose of knowledge and considering the estimates also. In the word of Heyman, planning is deciding in advance what is to be done. Planning is the with thinking before and deciding in advance what is to be done, who is to be done, and how is to be done, who is do it. Features of planning. It is done on the basis of objectives. Planning involves certain steps like determinations of objectives and development of the program and procedures to achieve the objectives of the organizations. Now, planning is pervasive. All the levels of management, whether top or middle, engaged in the process of planning. The top level management plans for whole organizations and departmental level. Managers plan and take the decisions related to their own department. So, planning is necessary for all the levels of management. It should be participative. It is not done by the individual. Different persons may contribute to the formations or formulation of plan and decision. It should be flexible. Planning is not the rigid. The management are able to make changes in according to the circumstances. It is the primary functions of the management also. Without the plan, no organization cannot work to achieve their goals. So it is rightly called the primary functions of the management. Now it is futuristics. Plan is deciding in advance what is done in future or future. It is done on the basis of forecasting. It is a continuous process. It is a continuous process and permanent process. It never ends. A manager plans and modifies according to the information received from persons who are responsible to execute it. Planning is mental activity. Planning is thinking in advance what is to be done in future. So, while it is known as mental activity, planning is forward looking. It involves the best selection of future actions. Now, types of planning. The planning can be classified in three on the basis of nature of planning, duration of planning, and level of management. Nature of planning: a formal planning, informal planning, duration of planning, short-term planning, long-term planning, levels of management, strategic planning, intermediate planning, and operational planning also. And nature of planning: formal planning. The term formal means official and organized. Any planning can be done officially to be followed or implemented. Formal planning is aimed to determine and objectives of planning. It is the action that determine in advance what should be done. Advantages: proper cooperations among employees, unity of action, economy, proper coordination and control. Informal planning. An informal plan is one which is not in written or writing, but it is conceived in the mind of the manager. Informal planning will be effective when the number of actions is less and action have to be taken in short period. Duration of planning, short term of planning. Short term planning is the planning which covers less than 2 years. It must be formulated in a manner consistent with long term plans also. It is considered as tactical planning. Short term plans are concerned with immediate features. It takes into account the available resources only and is concerned with the certain operations or correct operations of the business. Now, advantages. It can be easily adjustable. Changes can be made by and incorporated. Easy to cut. And disadvantages, very short period. Leftover things will be more difficult to mobilize the resources. Now, long term planning. Long term planning usually converts a period of more than 5 years, mostly between 5 and 15 years. It deals with broader technological and competitive aspects of the organizations as well as allocation of resources over a relatively long time period. Long term period planning is considered as strategic planning also. Now, advantages. Sufficient time to plan and implement. Effective control. Adjustment and changes may be made by gradually. And disadvantages. Predictions is difficult. Full of uncertainties. Objectives and targets may not be achieved in full. Levels of management. Strategic planning. planning. The strategic planning is the process of determining overall objectives of the organizations and the policies and strategies adopted to achieve those objectives also. It is conducted by the top management, which includes chief executive officer, president, vice president, GM, general manager, etc. It is a long range planning and moreover a time period of up to 10 years. Intermediate planning, that is tactical planning. Intermediate planning over time frames of about 6 months to 2 years and is contemplated by middle management, which includes functional manager, department heads, and product line manager. They also have the task of polishing the top management strategies plans. Now, operational planning. Operational planning deals with only current activities. It keeps the business running. These plans are the responsibility of the lower management and are conducted by unit supervisor, foremen or foremen, etc. These are short range plans covering a time span from 1 week to 1 year. Now, importance or purpose of planning. The importance of purpose planning. Now I discuss about this. To offset uncertainties. Planning helps the management to foresee the various uncertainties due to the changes in technology, taste and fashions, and other environmental conditions. Focuses on organizational objectives. Planning is deciding the activities that are the plan unify the objectives into organizational objectives. Now, through the planning, the management can decide the standard performance with the help of these standards. a comparison can be made with actual. If there is difference, then the proper step are to be taken for it. So that's for the video, my friends. If you like my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.